After what seemed like an eternity of disappointing months, I can reveal that July, finally, the eBay store kicked into life. The weather brought the heat, and eBay brought the heat with the sales. July's been a really good month on the whole, certainly compared to the last few months. Even though some people are experiencing like a summer slump, for whatever reason, July really brought in some really strong sales and consistent sales too. So welcome back to the channel everyone. If you are new here, my name is Chris. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay, typically clothing, footwear, toys and small electronics, but always branching out into new niches as and when I sort of get to them. This is my sort of monthly roundup of my reselling journey. So I talk you through some sales, as well as the highs and lows of being a part-time reseller on eBay, juggling it around my full-time job, family life, and all that good stuff. Now I shan't run through every sale because this video will be way too long, and I am trying to cut down the videos to about 20 minutes tops. But I'll talk you through some like noteworthy stuff, some good stuff, as well as some bad stuff, because the bad stuff must not be dismissed. So without further ado, let's start with some clothing. Now, bit of a disclaimer when it comes to clothing. I have not been picking up that much clothing this year at the car boots. I just haven't been. In short, I'm finding that being a business seller on eBay selling clothing is becoming increasingly difficult for a number of reasons. So I've definitely shifted my focus away from clothing for the most part, unless it's something like exceptional, but there just hasn't been that much exceptional stuff, if any, to buy. So, although there is clothing here, it is back from when I was picking stuff up from the charity shops rather than the car boots. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into it. First sale, saw some fat face cargo shorts. These are a bit of a staple, particularly in a big size. These are some cotton blend cargo shorts. Paid £6 for these. They come for £22.50. Now, these were a better sale, although they did lead me into a bit of a false sense of security with replay. So these are some replay Anbass jeans with FC Barcelona like embroidery, which I thought was cool. Smaller size, width 33, length 30. Paid £2 for these. They come for £30 plus postage. It made me think, maybe Replay is a good brand of jeans to be looking out for. Well, if you'd watched my jeans video, you would have realised that this was a bit of a red herring. These sold well, but other pairs I've picked up since haven't. So yeah, take Replay with a pinch of salt. These are a pair of Bally of Switzerland shoes. Now you'll see Bally shoes typically in the ladies sections fairly often, but these are a more sort of premium Bally pair of shoes. So these are actually a men's shoe, UK size 7.5, really thin though, sort of leather loafer. I did pay up for these a little bit. I think I paid £9 for these in a charity shop, but they sold for £50 plus postage. Did take a while to sell, but they are more of a niche shoe, so I can appreciate that. But at the end of the day, good bit of profit, would buy them again. This was a good sale too. So I bought these from, itchy eyeball, excuse me. There we go. I bought these from a local jumble trail. I actually went back for them not knowing how good they were. Unfortunately, they were still there. So these are a pair of Ventro Pro unisex adult quad roller skates, UK size 8, really good condition, minimal wear. The bump stops weren't like completely knackered. There wasn't any like corrosion to the metal portions. Paid 15 quid for these, so paid up a little bit. But they sold for £75 plus postage, so over the moon with that. They weren't in the like top condition. I think I had them up for 90. So took an offer, but yeah, 15 to 75, more than happy with that. A pair of Asics trainers. So these are called the Gel Challenger 9. These are like an outdoor tennis shoe, so for I believe clay surfaces rather than lawn. UK size 12. Paid. What did I pay for these? I think I paid £5 for these in a charity shop. They come for £30 plus postage. Sold another pair of replays. See, these two sales led me astray. Again, paid £2 for these at a car boot sale. They went for £25 plus postage. But the other sort of 3 or 4 pairs that I've bought since just haven't sold at all. So Replay Anbass might be a good sort of model of replays to look out for. But other models of replays, I would, tread carefully. Right, sale of the month. In fact, sale of the year. And in fact, I have not had a sale over £200 in, well, forever. Since the football boots I sold last year. So this is a Canon PowerShot SX610 camera. I paid £17 for this at a car boot sale. Didn't know how good it was until I got back home and sort of researched it. So, well, I didn't know how good I thought I was expecting about £80 for this, but that's actually sold for £220 plus postage, and it sold within a week as well. So, I mean, that's absolutely astonishing. It was in fantastic condition. I think the fact that it was white actually helped the sale, which is, I guess it was a more unusual colour, which is a bit bizarre. But yeah, 17 into 220, over the moon with that sale, absolutely over the moon. Positive feedback received, super happy. Had this one for a while actually. This is a sea salt stone sculpture pinafore dress, so indigo cotton. The thing with sea salt I find is if it's a nice big size it sells. Anything below about a UK 16, just forget it. This is a UK size 18, paid £6 I believe in a charity shop. That's gone for £30 plus postage. Sold a couple of Hot Wheels cars, just personal ones. I'm trying to whittle down ones that aren't in as good condition. These are a pair of red lines, so the original ones from the sort of late 60s. Vintage for a custom Firebird and a custom Barracuda. They've gone for £38 plus postage over to America. Now I've got a couple of these coming up. So I bought a lot of 6. These are like a sort of resin model. They're by a brand called Country Artists, and they're called Speed Freaks. Basically, it's like a cartoon caricature interpretation of typically cars, but I didn't realise they also do these figures. So this is Kev the Clamper, I guess like a DVLA clamper guy if you haven't paid your tax. So bizarre, but there we go. Pay the equivalent of a £5 at the car boot sale. He's gone for £25 plus postage. This was a good sale too. So I paid a tenner for this in a charity shop. This is a Nike Tottenham Hotspur football shirt from 2017-18, so not, you know, not too old. Newer tags. That's on for £70, near enough, plus postage. And it sold pretty quickly. And I'm thinking, maybe I could have asked a bit more. But there weren't any sold of this exact model, like newer tags. And there weren't any listed either, so I had to make a bit of a stab in the dark. I think 70 plus postage was fine, and from 10 that's fantastic. But could I have pushed a bit more? Perhaps, but quick sale, positive feedback received, not going to complain. Following on with another good sale, so Lower Elite Deserts combat boots. So kind of like a walking boot, but like a military issue one. I paid £5 for these at a car boot sale. They've gone for £85 plus postage. So again, really strong sales coming through. I just had a run of finding some really cool bits at the car boot and the charity shops. Less so in the last month or so, but I'll try and get into that. At another car boot sale, I bought a 5 like Burago models. So like 1/24 scale, sort of yay big. These are all older ones, the 1980s, lovely condition. I paid a £5 each. This was the first one to sell. This is a Opel Ascona 400. That's gone for £22.50 plus postage. Back to the Country Life Speed Freaks. So this is the second figurine, sort of humanoid, I guess you could say, one I had. This is PC Max with his little like speed camera gun. Again, paid a £5. That's gone for £25 plus postage as well. So I bought these Asolo Shiver women's Gore-Tex walking shoes from a car boot sale. Paid £1 for these, one whole pound. They sold for £40 plus postage. Amazing brand to be looking out for. I've only found it once. I hope to find it again in the future. But yeah, super happy with that sale. Another strong footwear sale. So these are a pair of vintage men's Scarpa walking boots. Again, Scarpa, great outdoor brand. Paid a £5 for these as well. They've gone for £60 plus postage. You can push more for these if they're in better condition, but these have been worn, scuffed to the toe areas, gave them a good polish, but the colours were like all over the place, so priced them a bit lower, but still sold well. Sold another Burago model. So this one went for full price. This is a Fiat Ritmo Strada, again 1/24 scale. Paid a £5. That's gone for £25 plus postage. Sold another Country Artist model. So this one is actually a car rather than a person. It's a Mini Cooper, a classic Mini, not a BMW one. Again, so it worked out that I paid £10 each for the cars and £5 each for those figurines. The 2 figurines have already sold. This one's gone for £45 plus postage. Now, the prices of these models really does vary depending on what the model is and the condition. This one's in fantastic condition. £45 plus postage seems to be about the going rate, but some models can go for lots more, so it really does depend on what you find. This was a good one too. So I picked this up from a charity shop in Tavistock, which is a town the other side of Dartmoor from me. Wasn't a huge amount in the shop. I just had a look in the basket of like walking sticks and other stuff for walking poles. Weren't any in there. But they did have this J. Lindbergh golf umbrella. This was an absolutely incredible umbrella, like the best umbrella I've come across. It was almost new. Still had the sheath, still had like some tags attached but loose. So I sold it as a new other. Paid £4.50 for this. excuse the neighbours. That's one for £36 plus postage, so really happy with that one. Bought this Adidas Climacool top quite a while ago now, thinking it was like a football top. It's not, it's Surrey Cricket. So would I have bought it knowing it was cricket? I don't know, but now I know what it sold for, I would. So I paid £8, paid up a little bit, but it's gone for £31.50 plus postage, so not a bad return really. Has taken a while to sell, but I'd probably pick it up again. Sold another vintage Hot Wheels car. This is a custom Mustang. More unusual colour, green. When it comes to vintage Hot Wheels cars, it's all about colour and condition. This one isn't in the best condition, plenty of paint chips, but crucially the bonnet opens without a problem. Window pieces intact and the wheels retain their chrome. That's gone for £30 plus postage on the GSP over to Japan of all places. So this England football shirt, I'm not going to bother picking up the England football shirts anymore. Not like this era of football shirt unless it has a name on the back. Because if you pay like a £5 for one in a charity shop, even though it's in a good size like this one, 2XL, with these shirts I find the supply just outweighs the demand like tenfold. Unless it has a player's name on the back, not like some like personalised name. As long as it relates to a player, I find they're much more unusual, so the demand is there. But with the basic plain shirts, they just take ages and ages and ages to sell, regardless if we're in a tournament or not. So yeah, I'm not going to bother picking these up again. Royal and Awesome golf chino shorts, and these can come in some really striking patterns. I didn't know how well the plain ones would do, but I only paid £2 for these in a charity shop. They sold for £20 plus postage, so regardless if they're super colourful or not, Royal and Awesome, great brand to be looking out for. 7 for Mankind jeans. Now I mentioned these guys in my jeans video, and I was a little bit on the fence about how well they do, but these ones did alright. So I paid £2.50 I believe for these at a car boot sale. They've gone for £26 plus postage, so like 30 quid all in. And I think if I'd held on a bit longer, I could have got more. So again, certain jeans like models can do so much better than the average. It's just like knowing which ones do well and just making a mental note. Sold some football boots, hooray! Haven't been picking up many football boots to be honest. Just haven't really been finding them. But these were a good one. So these are some Nike Tiempo Natural 4 firm ground football boots. UK size 9. Bought them for £3 from a car boot sale. Gave them a good clean up, bit of a polish. They've gone for £35 plus postage. Nike Big Swoosh, like gym holdall. These always sell well for me. Paid £1 for this one. That's sold for £18 plus postage. New Balance running shoes. These are really good condition. Paid a £5 at a car boot sale. They sold for £35 plus postage. Nice big size too, UK size 10. Sold another of those Burago models. They sell quickly. I do like picking these guys up. This is a 4 Capri Zac Speed Turbo. Again, dated from the mid-80s. Paid a £5. That's gone for £25 plus postage. Sold some more walking boots. These are a pair of Merrell, what are they called? Merrell Ascentor 2. So the thing with these was, they were Merrell, so good brand, but they weren't Gore-Tex. They didn't have Vibram soles. They were just like, I guess more basic Merrell model. They were a good size, UK size 10, came in their original box, which I guess helped a little bit, and they were in good condition. Paid a tenner, they've gone for £45 plus postage. Sold a game. Blimmin' heck, don't sell games very often, don't pick up games very often. So this is Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox. What did I pay for this? I paid £2 for this at a car boot sale. Gone for £15 all in. This is a FootJoy Dry Joys bucket hat. Bought it from a charity shop. It was a bit stained and it said like as seen. Paid £2, gave it a good clean, and it came up pretty good. That sold for £16 plus postage. Sold another country artist model. So this one is a Super Impreza. Now in mint condition, this one would be quite good. The thing is that rear spoiler, and like any of these models, it's known to breaking, and this one had broken. So I repaired it with super glue the best I could, but made it very obvious in the listing that it had been repaired. £36 plus postage on the GSP. Where did this one go? I think it went to America. Sold a Laura Ashley duffel coat of all things. I'm not picking up Laura Ashley again. I do not get on with the brand. Doesn't sell particularly well. The comp suggests it can sell well, but I've just never had much luck with it. I think I paid £1 for this in like a discount charity shop, but it needed to be repaired. Eventually sold, £24 plus postage. It's taken well over a year to sell. I am not bothering again. Even though that like return is quite good, just seeing it like over and over and over again, month in, month out, it's just not worth bothering with. Sorry. And finally, another one I'm not going to bother with. I like Columbia. I think it's a good brand, but in terms of reselling, it's a bit of a stinker. So this is a Columbia Triple Canyon men's walking shirt, new with tags. I paid, I think, about £4 for this in a charity shop. That sold for £21 plus postage, and it's taken nearly 2 years to sell, even though it's a size XXL. So what does that say? There is just no demand for Columbia, at least not that sort of thing anyway. So yes, never mind. Ooh. And that is it for July. So yeah, really good month. Like, in terms of what I'm used to, that I'm super happy with those sales. Has August been the same? No, August has been rubbish, but you'll find out about that in about a month's time when I make that video. Yeah, the good news is though, the car boot sale is back on. I have missed it. It hasn't been quite as good since it started back up again that it has been, but I have to remember that we're currently in the summer holidays. Loads of people visit Devon on holiday, loads of people visit the car boot sales, and competition is more fierce than it's ever been. So yeah, just one of those things, unfortunately. One of the drawbacks to living down here. The summer months just get super busy regardless of where you are, but hey, I'm not complaining. I live in a lovely part of the world. It's just a slight bugbear when it comes to reselling. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please do like, comment and subscribe, and until the next one, take care, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.